So hi students, good evening. We'll start our session in another 5 to 10 minutes. So more students are joining. We'll wait for them and then we'll start our session. Hi all, we'll start in another 2 to 3 minutes. So be ready with your notebook and pen. So today we are going to solve some mathematics questions. So if you have any queries, maybe in between or maybe towards the end of the session, you can write that in the chat box. So we'll be addressing all your queries. And I hope everybody is having an idea about the exam dates. I know all of you have applied for JEE and we have also published our AEEE entrance examination dates. It will happen after your board exam. So I have shared the screen. I hope it's visible. If so, please do type in the chat box that the screen is visible so then we can start our session. I'm sorry. Is the screen visible, children? Yes. Thank you, Manasa. Okay, okay. Thank you, Srivastav. Okay, so yes, we'll start doing our questions now. So all the questions which we are going to discuss today are previous year AEEE or maybe previous JE questions. So this is the first question. I'll just read out the question number one. You can start doing it. You can start finding out the arrangements. And I hope everybody is on mute. Okay. Let N1 up to N5. N1 is less than N2, less than N3, less than N5, less than N4, N5. So these are the positive integers and they have given a criteria or a condition. Their sum is equal to 20. We need to find out the number of distinct arrangements of these numbers. How many such combinations can be there? We can solve it maybe finding out which are the combinations of numbers which will have the sum as 20 in such a way that they will satisfy the criteria or the conditions that's given in the question. Or maybe you can use the formula from the chapter permutation and combination and you can solve it. So whichever is comfortable for you, you can use that and solve the question. So I hope everybody has started doing the question. So I'm just, I know it's festival season, so some students have, okay. So Aditya, the dates are already announced in the website. I think it's from April 21st. And this year we'll have two phases. One will be in April and one will be in May. So you can get the exact date from the website. So just start doing the session. Just two conditions that need to be satisfied. You need to find out the combination. You need to find out the numbers. So once you have an idea, once you receive the answer, you can just type that in the chat box. No, I'll not take long. I know it's festive season, so yeah, it's okay. I'll take maybe less than 1 hour. And appreciate, I would like to appreciate everybody who has joined the session. Yes. So there are two things that need to be satisfied when I'm checking for the numbers, checking for the combinations, checking for the arrangements. How many of you received the answers? I'm not able to find anything in the chat box. I'm just waiting for you. And I would say all the recordings are available in our YouTube channel, so you can just go and check it. All the previous sessions and everything is there on the YouTube channel. So yes, I think we are good to go with the first question. This is very simple thing. You can just think from your side. Just take a paper and just scribble something like, yeah, what are the combinations, how it will be, and you have the answer. So what is given as N1 is less than N2, less than N3, less than N4, less than N5, be the positive integers. And their sum, N1 plus N2 plus N3 plus N4 plus N5 is equal to 20. I need to find out the distinct arrangements of all of them, N1, N2, N3, N4, and N5, which satisfy the above two conditions or the criteria. So sorry. So yes, up to 20. So you can start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are only 5 numbers. So think on how the arrangement goes on. So if you're starting with 1, 2, 3, and 4, what has to be the other number so that the combination has to be 20? Maybe you can check it as 5. We can change the number as 5 and you have to think on whether this criteria will be satisfied. So find the possibility, find the possible combination. No two numbers should be similar that you have to check or that you have to take care of. So the first combination is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 10. So the final number, the last number can be 10. So the combination is 20. No other number can be placed in this. So I'm just going to increment the first one. It's 1, 2, 3, and 5. So what will be the other number so that the sum is 20? It's 9. Similarly, I am going to increment this 5 as 6. So 1, 2, 3, and 6. It's 12. So 12 plus 8 is 20. Now if I'm going to increment this number as 7, 1, 2, 3, 7, I would say this number has to be 8. but it's not equal to 20, so it's not possible. So in this way, you can change or you can analyze each of the combination and you can find out how much are the total ones. And maybe after this combination, you will not be able to work with these three numbers. So you need to increment this 3 as 4. So 1, 2, 4. So this is 7, 5, and 8. It's also 20. Similarly, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, which is also 20. It also satisfies the criteria or the condition. So if this is 7, this number has to be 8, but it's not possible. If this is 5, this has to be 6 and this has to be 7 at least. But it's also not possible. So similarly, you can find out the combinations. So if we are going to find this as after 1 to 5, we just increment this number as 1, 3, and 4. So after this, if you are incrementing this as 1, 3, and 5, that combination is not possible at all. This is already 9, and this 2 has to be greater than 5. Not greater than 5. If this is 6, this has to be 7. If this is 7, this has to be 8. If this is 8, this has to be 9. And the sum has to be 20. So you are going to find out the combinations that is possible. Now after this, changing the numbers as 2, 3, 4, and 5. So with 5, it's 6, it's 20. No more combinations would be possible. No more numbers would be possible. Because we need to satisfy two criteria. About two conditions for the arrangement. So the above two will not be satisfied with any other numbers. So we have totally received the distinct arrangements as 7, or the total number of arrangements is 7. So I hope this is clear. I'm just looking into the chat box. So if there is anything, you can just type that in the chat box. I hope this question is clear. It's a very simple question. Just need to understand, yeah, what are the arrangements, how it happened, what are the criteria that need to be satisfied, how I have to change the criteria. This is the only thing that you should consider. So yes, I know there are a lot of participants here in this session. Okay. Akshaya, Deepti, I think Divya, Dinesh, Karthik, Kashyap. I hope everybody has completed this question. If you have anything to ask, you can just type that in the chat box. I think Senthil and Shivkumar has joined now. It won't take long. Yes, it won't take much time to solve this question. It's just the mental work that you can use, the mental calculation you can use, and you can solve the question. Now I think we'll move on to the next question. So this is the second question which we are going to answer today. Let f be an odd function defined on the set of real numbers such that for x greater than or equal to 0, f of x equal to 3 sin x plus 4 cos x. They have given that f of x at x is equal to minus 11 5 by 6 is equal to. I need to find out f of x where x is minus 11 5 by 6. What is the value? I need to find that. I have different options. See the options. 3 by 2 and 2 root 3. The combinations of it. Plus 3 by 2 plus 2 root 3. Minus 3 by 2 plus 2 root 3. 3 by 2 minus 2 root 3. Minus 3 by 2 minus 2 root 3. So you need to be really careful about the signs when you are solving this question. I think this is a similar question to all of you. Some sort of a similar type of question which you have already completed or which you have already seen when you are doing your mathematics, doing the problems. The clues given us, I have the function f of x. They have given me something like x is greater than or equal to 0. F is an odd function. It's defined on set of real numbers. X is greater than or equal to 0. I need to find out f of x at the particular point where they have given the value of x as minus 11 5 by 6. So I'll give you just 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to analyze the question. What is there? And then we can start solving it. Okay. Manasa, Tejas Kumar. Okay. Some students have typed this is the answer. Okay. Let others also comment. And then we can think on, yeah, how I'm going to solve this question. Okay. Yes, I think lot more students have opted for option C. Okay, let me check. Option C is 3 by 2 minus 2 root 3. Let's check whether that is the correct answer. And I know exam timers, yes, you can write it like that. I know exam time is nearing, you're having practical exams and JEE exams dates are also here. It's just very less number of days before the examination. So don't waste your time and start practicing more and more questions. Whenever you're free, just take a simple problem, maybe any problem, start solving it. This is very important when it comes to competitive examinations. How much you solve, you'll be able to do the problems more easily. So sorry. Okay, the sign is here important. Okay. Some students are having a confusion whether it's option B. Okay, let's check. Sorry. Okay. So I think let's discuss this question. It's a very simple question. So whatever is given, I'm just going to write it. There are multiple methods. I hope everybody is having an idea there are multiple methods to solve a single question. So here, whatever is given as f of x equal to 3 sin x plus 4 cos x. And f is given as an odd function. So when it's an odd function, we know f of x equal to, you can write this as f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. The condition here, it's common. It's we know something which is given in the question, x is greater than or equal to 0. So what will be f of minus x? It is minus 3 sin x minus 4 cos x. And what is the x value that is given? It's minus 11 pi by 6. So substituting for x, f of minus 11 pi by 6 is equal to minus 3 sine 11 pi by 6 minus 4 cos 11 pi by 6. So what this value will be? I'll be able to replace this as 2 pi minus 11 pi by 6. You'll be able to write this as 2 pi minus 11 pi by 6. It's just the simple part. You can just subtract this. You can substitute for the sine and cos values and you have the answer. F of minus 11 pi by 6 is equal to 3 by 2 minus 2 root 3. I hope it's clear. It's a very simple question and it will not consume much time. Okay, I'm so sorry. Can we move towards the next question? I hope it's clear to everybody. It's just the simple mathematics, just the simple substitution that you need to use. You need to really careful. You need to be really careful about what all details is given in the question when you're planning to solve one. And yes, this is the next question which you have to solve. This is also a simple one. It can come in the cos or the sine term. If 0 less than or equal to x less than 2 pi, then the number of real values of x, sorry, which satisfy the equation cos x plus cos 2x plus cos 3x plus cos 4x equal to 0. 0 less than or equal to x less than 2 pi. I need to find number of real values of x which satisfy the equation. Cos x is there, cos 2x, 3x and 4x. Sum of all of them is equal to 0. The options given are 3, 5, 7 and 9. So let's see who among you are going to solve this question. Okay. So this is the question part. I hope this is also something which you have seen. 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2 pi. Number of real values of x which satisfy the equation cos x plus cos 2x plus cos 3x plus cos 4x equal to 0. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, somebody have typed. Okay. Is it 3 or 7? Okay. Option A is there. Option C is there. Okay, let's wait. Which among this is correct? Okay, a lot of students have opted for both of them. Okay. Okay. Here in the chat box, I could see option A is there, B is there, and C is there. Okay, so there are three options that you have opted at 3, 5, and 7. So, yes, let's see how we are going to solve this. There is 3, 5, and 7. Okay. So I hope you are solving the question along with me. So that's why I'm going slow also. You can just note down the question, how it is, and then you can start solving. Or even if you want, you can take screenshots also. Okay. So this is something which we know, right? Which is something that is given in the question. Cos x plus cos 2x plus cos 3x plus cos 4x equal to 0. X belongs to 2 pi. I'm just going to use the formula cos A plus cos B that we have studied maybe in the list of formulas. So just going to rearrange them and then going to solve it. So cos x and 3x as one term and cos 2x and 4x as the other term. So what this will be? Cos A cos B. 2 cos A plus B by 2 cos A minus B by 2. So substitute it here. So here it will be 2 cos x plus 3x by 2 cos x minus 3x by 2. This will be 2 cos 2x plus 4x by 2 cos 2x minus 4x by 2. So here this will be 4x, this will be minus 2x, this will be 6x, and this will be minus 2x by 2. So you can get the simplified as 2 cos 2x cos x plus 2 cos 3x cos x equal to 0. So 2 cos x you can take outside and you have this same. So what is cos A cos B? 2 cos A plus B by 2 cos A minus B by 2. Apply the formula. You have simplified the term here. You have simplified this term here. Because I just want to understand which all are the values and I need to find out what will be the range of values that can satisfy this from the range 0 to 2 pi which is given in the question. So I have got the values as x, 5x by 2 and x by 2. So I need to find out of all the values from the range 0 to 2 pi, which among this can be 0. So I'm just considering this as three cases. So case one is cos x. So the range is 0 to 2 pi. We have the limit range from 0 to 2 pi. So from 0 to 2 pi, cos pi by 2 and cos 3 pi by 2 can be 0. Now the next one is 5x by 2. So here also the range is 0 to 2 pi. So you can just use this formula cos 2n plus 1 pi by 2, which is equal to 5x by 2. In this way also you can solve this. So these are the values of x which is possible in this range. Similarly, you can solve it for x by 2 also. So this is the range of value that is possible for which cos x by 2 is equal to 0. So sorry. So for the initial range you have for cos x equal to 0, these are the two values. Cos 5x by 2 equal to 0, you have 4 values, and cos x by 2 equal to 0, you have 1 value. So the total combinations will be 7. The total values for which it could be 7, it could be 0 is 7. So the correct answer, a lot of students have opted for this one. So the correct answer is option C. So I'll just show this question once again. If there is anything, you can just type it in the chat box. So the range is initially given in the question. It is 0 less than or equal to s less than 2x. We need to find out the values which satisfy. This is cos x plus cos 2x plus 3x plus 4x equal to 0. So you are going to simplify it. You're going to simplify it in terms of x. And you need to find out the values from the range 0 to 2 pi. So after simplifying, you have the values as you need to find out the values of x4, x5x by 2, of cos 4, x5x by 2, and x by 2. And you have the range from 0 to 2 pi. So what will happen for cos x? Which all values will satisfy for cos 5x by 2, and which all values will satisfy for cos x by 2. This is something which you need to find out. So I hope the question is clear. And yes, I think we can solve the next question. So this is also a very simple question, maybe a common question which you have seen. So here we have A cross B, B cross C, C cross A. This is equal to lambda. We need to find out the value of lambda. I hope everybody knows about the scalar triple product and the formulas of all of them. Okay. So I'm just waiting for you to analyze the question and solve it. Yes, a lot of students have typed the answer as A in the chat box. Okay. Okay. I think most of you have answered it as A, option 1. Yes, I think some students have already asked for the PDF of previous session. I have shared it. So maybe towards the end of the session, I'll share my mail ID and number in the chat box. You can just ask and I'll share it. Okay. So yes, we can start solving this question. I hope everybody remembers this, right? The formula, the basic formula that we have studied. A cross B dot B cross C cross C cross A. We'll be able to write this as B cross C dot A C minus B cross C dot C A. So the very basic formula that you have studied. You can simply use this formula. You can simply arrange these terms in such a way that you'll get this. Arrange whatever is given in the left hand side as the right hand side. Will you be able to change it to something given in the right hand side? That's what you need to think when you have these type of questions to solve. So you can write this as A cross B dot B cross C cross C cross A. So you can use this formula here. Whenever you use this formula, you'll be able to write this as A cross B dot B cross C dot A C. So thus you can write this as ABC, right? Similarly, here we'll have A cross B, this dot C, we can write this as BCA or ABC. So you got this, whatever was there in the question, you got this, but they were asking for something like lambda. So here the value of lambda is something like 1. So I think almost 15 to 20 students have typed it as option A. It's the correct answer. Yes, today's are some sort of simple questions. But the chance of making mistake in these type of questions is really high when it comes to these examination. Yes, so I have another question for you. Yes. If the length of the sides of a triangle are decided by three throws of a single fair die, then the probability that the triangle is of maximum area, given that it is an isosceles triangle, is the values are 1 by 26, 1 by 27, 1 by 21, 1 by 15. Something which you need to think is length of the sides of the triangle are decided by three throws of a single fair die. So you have three throws to decide on the sides of the triangle, the three sides of the triangle. And it's asking us to find out the probability that triangle is of maximum area. And they have given us an isosceles triangle. The probability that the triangle is of maximum area. So you need to identify, anyway the values will be from 1 to 6, right? Because it's being found by the, or it's being decided by the three throws of a single fair die. So for a dice, it's from 1 to 6. Now identify the combination. They have specifically given its isosceles. Probability of the triangle is of maximum area given that it is an isosceles triangle. So it's some sort of a tricky question as this. Okay. Three throws are there, so three combinations are there. It's the three sides of the triangle, and I need to find out the probability that which one will be the maximum area. And they have given a clue that it's an isosceles triangle. So it's like two sides will be similar. And their sum will be greater than the third one. That's what the basic idea about the isosceles triangle that we have studied in our schools. So yes, let's check. Hmm. I think option D is 1 by 15. Yes, option D is 1 by 15. Yes, there is a competition. I think option C and option. Okay, I'm so sorry. It's option. Okay, 1 by 27, 1 by 21. Okay. I'm thinking whether I have done it wrong. Okay, let's wait. Okay. So I think we can discuss the basic thing. Whatever is given in the question, I've just rewritten what all details are given. So the length of the sides of the triangle is decided by three throws of the single fair die. I need to find out the probability in a case that maximum area by taking the maximum area or by considering the combination which is of the maximum area. So this is the basic thing that we have studied, right? So build a case 1, 1, 1 be considered. So the A plus B greater than C will be satisfied here. A equal to B will also be satisfied here. Why are we avoiding it? We know every equilateral triangle, the basic statement or the sentence that we have studied in our textbook, every equilateral triangle is isosceles. Every equilateral triangle can be considered as isosceles or is isosceles. The vice versa part is not possible. So these are the combinations that will happen. So the first combination is 1, 1, 1. It will satisfy all these things, right? A equal to B and A plus B is greater than C. The second one is 2 to 1. Then what are other combinations? 2 to 2, 2 to 3. The 4 will not happen because this will not satisfy. The 4, 5, 6 values will not happen here because it will not satisfy this criteria. Then when it comes to 3, it's 3, 3, 1, 332, 333, 334, 335, and 336. All the combinations will be considered. Same case with the 4, 5, and the 6, except 666, because the A plus B greater than C will not satisfy there. So you can just simply understand which all are the criteria or what all criteria are there, which all are the options that is possible. So now I have analyzed, yeah, these are the combinations possible. So I have totally here 27 cases. But what will be the probability? Which one can give me the maximum area, the maximum side, the maximum value of the side? Here it's 665. So how many times I'll be able to write this? It can be 566 or 656 or 665. So there are three possibilities. And what will be the total? It will be 27 into 3. So the correct answer is 1 by 27 and it's option C. I have seen a lot of students opting for 1 by 21 here in this question. But you can think it's isosceles. Even if it's equilateral, it's satisfying something of the isosceles part. So I think a lot of students have typed the answer as 1 by 27 also. Yes, the number of times. Yes, it can be written 3 times. Because we'll be considering all of them. So when it comes to probability, when it comes to arrangement, we can't take each one as individual. We have to consider each arrangement. Each one as separate ones. So yes, I'm just looking into the chat box itself. Yes, I hope this part is clear. Now moving on to the next question. This is also a very simple question. Yes. This is something which comes of that easy part. We know every question paper will have different set of questions, easy, medium, and all. Because A plus B is not greater than C. So yes, the equation of a circle through the origin cutting intercepts 4 and 6 on the x and the y axis. So it could be x square plus y square minus 4x minus 6y equal to 0, or the second one is minus 4x plus 6y equal to 0 plus 4x minus 6y equal to 0, or x square plus y square plus 4x plus 4y equal to 0. You need to find out the equation of a circle. No need to do calculations and all. It's just looking into the question itself, you can get the answer. Okay. You can consider the origin at 0, 0. So the equation of the circle through the origin, it cuts the intercepts 4 on the x-axis. So it's 4, 0. And the second one is 6 on the y-axis. So it's 0, 6. Substituting in the general equation of the circle that we have studied, we can find out the value of f, g, and c, and you can solve it. So I have written it somewhat in detail. This is the general equation that we know. You don't need to go to this way. You can just substitute for each of them and you can find out what's the value of G, what's the value of F, and then you can substitute it and you can solve it. So this will be, I'm sorry, x square plus y square plus 2 into minus 2x, which will be minus 4x, plus 2 into minus 3 into y, which will be minus 6y, plus c, which is equal to 0. C is also 0. So yes. I hope it's clear to everybody. Now, this is the next question. This is also a very simple question. Given an AP whose terms are all positive integers, the sum of its first 9 terms is greater than 200 and less than 220. If the second term in it is 12, then what is the fourth term? The options are 8, 16, 20, and 24. It's 16, 20, and 24. All the options are there in the chat box. Given an AP whose terms are all positive integers, sum of first 9 terms, they have given a criteria. It's greater than 200 and less than 220. So the range is from 200 to 220. Second term is 12. And what's the fourth term? Okay. So yes, I think almost everyone here has typed the answer. Okay, there is C, there is A, there is B. Okay. So I think let's check how we are going to solve this question. Yes. So you all know this logic, right? So how the arrangement happens, how the terms are. It's A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, etc. And they have given what the second term as 12, which is A plus D is 12. Now what is the sum of its first 9 terms? N by 2 into 2A plus N minus 1 into D, which we can write as 9 by 2 into 2A plus 9 minus 1 into D. So which is 9 into A plus 4D. So the term has a range. It's greater than 200 and less than 220, the value. So you can just find out, or you can just assign, or you can just find out 2 to 3 values in the range. You can substitute for each value and you can solve it. You can substitute for each value. You will get a range of values, maybe 22, 23, and 24. You can substitute for each one of them and then you can solve it. So here, A plus 4D is greater than 22.22 and A plus 4D is less than 24.44. So you can take maybe two combinations, 23 and 24. So when you solve this, the first case you get the value of D as 11 by 3. And for the second case with the value 24, when you're solving, you get the value of A as 8. Once you have, it's something which is given in the question that all the terms are positive integers. So once you have the value, you can just substitute for A plus N minus 1 into D, which is 4 minus 1, that is A plus 3D. You have D and A here, you can substitute it and you have the value of A4 as 20. I think almost all the students here got the answer as correct in the chat box. Okay. So can we move towards the next question? I hope this question is okay. Yes. Okay. This is also a very simple question. The mean and the standard deviation of five observations are 9 and 0 respectively. If one of the observations is changed such that the new mean of the five set of observations becomes 10, and we need to find out their standard deviation. The mean and the standard deviation of five observations are 9 and 0 respectively. In the initial case, one observation has changed, so the new mean is given as 10, and we need to find out the new standard deviation. So this is what the question is asking. So yes, I'm waiting for your answers. Okay. There is C, B, and D. That is 1, 2, and 4 is there. Just go to the question once again and check how you have answered it. Okay. So I think some students have typed the answers. Okay. Okay, let's check. The mean and the standard deviation of first five observations are 9 and 0. Maybe any five observations. Okay. If one of the observations is changed such that new mean of the five observations becomes 10, what is their standard deviation? So we have the basic idea that is given in the question. So what the first basic thing is, mean of a set of observations is given as 9, and it's just five observations. So how the mean becomes 5 for five observations? You can just find it, right? The combinations will be same. The numbers will be same. So this is something which everybody knows. Okay. So we have the basic idea. So we found the mean. It's x bar is equal to sigma xi by n. So that is 40 by 5 is equal to 9. Here what will be the standard deviation? It's given as something given as 0. So when you're what is the formula for the standard deviation that you know? It's root of xi minus x bar whole square by n. So here this value is 0. So this has to be similar, right? Then only this value will be, or the standard deviation of the five observations will be 0. Now in the second case, one observation is changed, sorry, so that the new mean becomes 10. So this is 9, 9, 9, 9. We know the numbers. Plus, I have changed, or I have written this as A by 5 equal to 10. So what's the value of A? It is 14. So I got the new combination as 9, 9, 9, 9 and 14. Now I need to find out the new standard deviation. So I have the xi, I have the x bar value also. So this will be 9 minus 10 up to 14 minus 10 whole square. So what will be the term? This will be 4 square plus 4, that is 20. So root of 20 by 5 is root 4, which is 2, that is option C. So yes, I'm just looking into the chat box. If there is anything, you can. Okay. Do you have any confusions here? Can we move towards the next one? Or if you have any confusions, I hope it's clear. It's a simple question. You need to take the values by finding out the mean as well as the standard deviation. You need to understand the mean and then the standard deviation for the first case. You need to finalize it and then you can go back to the case 2. Okay. So I hope the screen is visible. Okay. First statement given us mean of 5 observation is 9, standard deviation is 0. The case 2 is 1 observation changed, so new mean becomes 10 and I have to find out standard deviation. So we know the formula x bar equal to sigma xi by n. So what these values will be? You need to consider both of them. The mean has to be 9 as well as the standard deviation has to be 0. So this is something like it has to be 40 by 5, then only this will be 9. It's the total number of observations by the total count, right? So this has to be 5 into 9 by 5. So this is 5. Similar time you have to find out the standard deviation also. You have to use the formula which you have studied. It's xi minus x bar whole square by n. So this has to be 0. If this has to be 0, the values has to be similar. So that is with the first case. Now moving on to the second case, they have told us that they have changed one observation. So it is 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9, that is the four ones, and then plus a by 5 equal to 10. I have the value of a is 14. Then I can just substitute for the standard deviation formula. It's root of xi minus x bar the whole square by n that I have studied. So it will be root 20 by 5 and it is root 4 which is equal to 2. Okay. So So I hope you got the idea. You need to consider whatever is given in the question. You need to consider all the factors that's there and then you have to solve it. Now I think we'll move on to the next question. This is a very simple question. There are different methods to solve this. Even you can substitute for e raised to x the formula and you can solve it. The value of limit x tends to 0 e raised to x minus 1 plus x, or it can be even 1 minus x by x square equal to, is it 0, E, 2 or 1 by 2? So yes, I'm looking into the chat box. I think you're still doing the problem. Okay. So just even if you want to substitute for e raised to x and then you can solve, it's completely fine. So when we are substituting it as 0, it's e raised to 0 minus 1 plus 1 by 0. So 0 by 0 form, you can use the L'Hospital rule. You can differentiate both the numerator and denominator separately, then you can apply the limit. So this will be e raised to x. This is minus 1 minus x by square. So what this will be? E raised to x is e raised to x minus 1 is 0 minus x is minus 1, x square is 2x. Substituting for x equal to 0, this is e raised to 0 minus 1 by 2 into 0. Now we have to differentiate it again. So this will be e raised to x by 2x will be 2. So what will be the value? It is 1 by 2. So the basic just simple mental calculation that you can use to solve it. Now I think we have come to the final question of today's session. So sorry. Okay. So I hope the question is visible. I have the points here. I need to find out the same thing, some same formula that you have studied. So yes, you have a plane. You need to find out the distance of the plane from the origin. The equation is given here. Yes, yes. This is the plane. It's 2x plus 3y minus 5z minus 6 equal to 0. The origin is 0, 0, 0. So what's the general formula? The distance of the point PQR from the ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0. It will be mode of AP plus QP plus RC plus D divided by root of A square plus B square plus C square. So this thing will be 0. So A into 0 plus B into 0 plus C into 0 plus D will be minus 6 divided by root of 2 square plus 3 square plus 5 square. So this will be 6 by 238. A very simple question which comes maybe fall under the easy category. But these are some of the questions which can make a possibility of negative marking if you're not doing it carefully. So I hope this is clear. This is something which you have studied the formula. Okay, it's 6 by root 38. So yes, we have come towards an end of today's session. And I know it's the festival season. So do utilize your breaks correctly. You're having examinations, you can practice for that. The next session will be in the next week, and I know some students are having yes, I think meanwhile I'll provide my number and also the mail ID here in the chat box. And I hope this is useful to you. Is the number and the mail ID? Yes, Manasa, we'll be addressing. Okay, I'm not able to type anything in the chat box. Okay. So I'll just give my number. I'll just provide my mail ID or the number. It's 9345957093. Or you can mail to m_lakshmi1@cb.amrita.edu. So thank you all for attending. And all the best for your exams. So before the exams itself, we'll have another session. Yes, so this is the number and the mail ID. I hope it's visible. So if there is anything, you can directly contact me. And Manasa, we'll be discussing that maybe the first one as the first one in the next session. Okay. So I think I'll also check on it. So yes, thank you students for attending and I hope the session was useful to all of you. If there is anything, you can just message me or contact me in this number. The previous videos are available in our YouTube channel. I think the mail ID and phone number is visible. It's there in the chat box. So it's Amrita Center for Career Competency. You can just refer the YouTube channel. All the videos are there. All the previous session videos are there. So thank you and happy Pongal and happy festival part to all of you. And do make use of your vacation, study well and all the best. Thank you all.